Hi everyone and welcome back to another video of this course. In this video, we're gonna design our cards screen together. So without further ado, let's get started. First of all, I'm gonna go ahead and select this homepage screen, duplicate it, and I'm gonna move it right below our OTP screen. Pretty good. Then we need to remove some elements, okay? So first of all, let's remove this tab bar, then this card as well, this profile image, and also this hamburger menu icon, okay? However, we need to have this black home indicator, so let's copy and paste it here. Pretty good. And also we need to have this left arrow, so I'm gonna copy this and paste it here with the same position. Actually, Figma automatically recognizes the previous position of this left arrow, okay? Then let's zoom in a little bit. And in this screen, actually, we need to have so many elements, okay? First, we need to have a title. So let's write, you can check your cards here, like this. Then I'm gonna resize it, pretty good. And after that, I'm gonna change it to bold, and also let's set the left padding to 30 pixels, like this. The top padding is going to be 80 pixels, okay? So far so good. Then we need to have two different cards, the primary card and the secondary card, okay? And after that, we need to have the recent transactions section. So first of all, let's create our primary card. I'm gonna create a rectangle, like this. Let's set the width to 209 and the height to 305, like this. And I'm gonna change the corner radius to 40. And also remember to make those corners smooth, like this. And now I'm going to show you a very great technique, okay? We're going to create a great background for our primary card using radial gradients, okay? And I'm gonna set it to white. It's our white background. And after that, we need to create our radial gradients, okay, one by one. So I'm gonna change the gradient to radial, okay, and let's set the first color to 40, D3 and F2, like this, and let's copy and paste this color code for the second color as well. However, remember to keep the opacity of the second color to 0%, like this. And now I'm gonna go ahead and change the direction of this color, okay? Let's move it like this. Pretty good. And now let's add another gradient. So it's gonna be radial as well. And let's set the color to E100 double F. Let's copy this and paste it for the second color. Pretty good. And I'm gonna change the direction like this. Let's make it larger. Fantastic. And we need one more gradient as well. So let's go ahead and add another radial gradient. And I'm gonna change the color to 2B, 47 and FC, like this. I'm gonna copy this and paste it for the second color. And I'm gonna change the direction to here. Let's make it larger. Pretty good. Now I'm gonna modify the directions a little bit to get the best result possible, okay? All right, let's modify this light blue as well. Can you see how simple it is to create this kind of background? All right, now it's time to add a text layer to this card. So I'm gonna insert a text layer and let's write $4,500 like this. I'm gonna make it white. Pretty good. The font size is okay, so I'm gonna move it to the left side. Let me zoom in. Its top padding is going to be 38 pixels and its left padding should be 24 pixels, like this. Then let's duplicate it, move it down, and here I'm gonna write the title of this card, okay? So let's say that this card is for a company account. So I'm gonna write company, and let's decrease the font size to 18 points. Pretty good. And the top padding is going to be 3 pixels, like this. Then let's add another text layer for the expiration date of this card. And I'm gonna write 01/2020. Let's make it regular. And also I'm gonna change the font size to 14 points. And let's change the color to white as well. Pretty good. Now we need to align it. Its left padding should be 24 pixels and its bottom padding should be 72 pixels, okay? Like this. Duplicate it, move it down, and here we need to write the card number. So I'm gonna use stars for the first 12 digits, like this. And for the last 4 digits, let's write 22 0.04 and its top padding should be 14 pixels like this. The last thing we need to add to this card is the logo of the MasterCard, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and place an image, and from the logo folder I'm gonna choose MasterCard logo. Let's place it here. Fantastic. I'm gonna move it down, and its bottom padding should be 32 pixels and the right padding should be 22 pixels, okay? Like this. And now everything is great. So let's go ahead and select all these elements because we need to group them, and let's call it MasterCard. And the last thing we need to do is adding a drop shadow to this card, okay? So I'm gonna open it up and let's choose the rectangle, which is our base card, and let's add effects to this. Pretty good. Drop shadow. I'm gonna set the amount to 49 and the Y to 9, and then let's change the color to 59, 88 and F8 like this, and let's decrease the opacity to 20%. Fantastic. And as you can see, we just created our first card, which is the primary one, okay? Its top padding is going to be 16 pixels. Perfect. Now it's time to create our secondary card, okay? So I'm gonna duplicate this one. Pretty good. Then I'm gonna choose the scale tool and I'm gonna scale it down like this. And I think the width 177 is a perfect dimension for this, okay? I'm gonna move it to the right side. The left padding should be 24 pixels, and remember to align them vertically like this. What are we going to change for this card? The first thing, which is the most important one, is the background. So I'm going to remove all these gradients because we're going to have a solid white color. Then let's select all the text layers. Pretty good. And I'm going to set the color code to 3A, 3A and 3A. Pretty good. Then I'm going to change this amount to 4000 like this, and also this company text to home. And the last thing we need to change is the color of our drop shadow. So I'm going to select this rectangle 14 and let's modify the color to black. However, with 10% opacity. Now it looks great. All right, now it's time to create our recent transactions section, okay? So first of all, I'm going to have a title. Let's write recent transactions. I'm going to increase the font size to 22. It's going to be bold and the font should be Montserrat. So everything is perfect except the color code. So I'm going to change it to 3A, 3A and 3A like this. Then let's align it. Its left padding should be 30 pixels like this. And also we forgot to check the left padding of this card. So let's select both of them. As you can see, the left padding is set to 32 pixels. I'm going to make it 30. Now it's great. So what do we need here? We need to create 3 different transactions with title, price, and an icon, okay? So first of all, let's create another text layer. Let's suppose that the first transaction is related to shopping. So I'm gonna write shopping. Let's select it and I'm gonna make it regular. And also let's decrease the font size to 18 points. Pretty good. I'm gonna change the color code to 3A, 3A and 3A like this. Duplicate it and move it down. And now we need to write the exact time and date for this transaction. So let's write 15 March 2019 and let's write 8:20 p.m. And then let's decrease the font size to 16 points and also the color code to BF, BF and BF like this. I think it's better to decrease the font size to 12 points maybe. Yes. It's great. And the top padding should be 4 pixels. So now everything is great. Then what else do we need? We need an icon right at the left. So I'm gonna go ahead and create a circle like this. It should be 48 by 48 pixels. And then let's change the color code to FF, CF and 87. Fantastic. And after that, I'm gonna bring the specific icon that I already prepared for you. Icons, and here transactions. We have 4 different icons, but for this screen, we need only 3. Let's choose shopping and place it here. Pretty good. I'm gonna align them vertically and horizontally. However, sometimes you need to align your elements manually in order to get a great visual balance, okay? So I'm gonna move it up by 2 pixels, and now I think it looks great. Then let's group it, and I'm gonna call it shopping icon. Fantastic. Then let's group these 2 text layers and align it with your icon vertically. Pretty good. And the left padding of this text group should be 8 pixels, like this. So what else do we need? We need to have the amount right here and also a small arrow, okay? So I'm gonna select this text layer, copy it and paste it. Then I'm gonna move it outside this group, move it to the right side, and let's change the font size to 16 points. And remember to align it to the right side. I'm gonna show you why. And let's write minus $120, pretty good. And let's align it with your text group like this. And after that, I'm gonna need a small arrow. So let's place it. All right, we have small arrow here, pretty good. However, we need to change its color to C7, C7, and C7, like this. Remember, when you want to change the color, you need to select the shape, not this frame. The shape is here, okay? So if you want to get access to the shape easily, you can hold Command key on your keyboard or Control key if you're using Windows, okay? Then let's align it with this text, pretty good. And its right padding is going to be 30 pixels. And the right padding of this amount should be 16 pixels, like this. All right, everything is great. So let's select all these elements, group them, and call it shopping. All right, the top padding of this transaction should be 12 pixels, like this. Then let's duplicate it, move it down, and the distance between them should be 16 pixels, like this. Let's rename it to medicine, and this one is going to be related to the medicine stuff. So let's change this title to medicine. And also we need to change the time. So I'm gonna write 13 March 2019, and let's change it to 12:10 a.m. Okay, the amount should be changed to $89.50. And the reason that I told you need to align this text layer to the right side is because when we are changing the amount, this text layer should grow from the left side, not to the right side, okay? And finally, let's choose this circle, and I'm gonna change the color to E09 and FFF, pretty good. Let's remove this icon, and I'm gonna place the medicine icon from this transactions folder, put it here, and I'm gonna align it with my circle, both horizontally and vertically. Remember to put this medicine icon inside this medicine group, okay? Now let's duplicate this transaction, and I'm gonna change it to sport. Then let's change the time to 10 March 2019, and the time should be 6:50 p.m. And let's change the amount to 99.90. And after that, let's remove this icon, choose this circle, and change the background color to 87, F0 and double F. And let's place its specific icon, sport, place it here, and align it with your circle, both horizontally and vertically. Then remember to rename your group as well to sport. Alright everybody, we successfully designed our cards screen together. The last thing we need to do is renaming this artboard to cards. And that's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next video.